Longhorn Network and ESPN Plus, the pluses and minuses.
I think that the ESPN Plus for a moment is such a forward-thinking opportunity, right? When you think about an over-the-top network with the evolution of the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon getting involved, all these social media platforms, and the reduction of which households that have cable, right? They're cord cutting. People are consuming sport differently, and one of them is on the over-the-top network. So I think ESPN Plus, along with BAMTech, spent a lot of money to get to this point. I believe that we're on the forefront of that. Is awesome. I think that's fantastic. Longhorn Network, we have 18 million subscribers to Longhorn Network. It is a viable entity for the University of Texas, and I think having an opportunity to get on ESPN plus Longhorn Network are great for the university.
Red River Rivalry in Dallas. Is it going to stay? Is it forever indefinite?
I love that place. I only went first time last year. I'm all in on that. It's the best, and you can't mess with history. We've been playing out there since the last time OU has been on Texas soil in Austin was 1922. Last time we were in Norman was in 1923. We've been playing that game forever there. It should always stay there. And I love the fact that you walk in on a Texas State Fair and half that stadium. I think it's fantastic, and we need it. College sports needs great rivalries. They need something that the water cooler conversation is phenomenal, and that game just means so much to both states, but the country.
Future of the college football playoff.
Too early to tell. I think it's fantastic. I mean, we're year 5, 6 in year 5, I believe, into it. We know that we have. They wanted a playoff. We dipped our toe in a type of a playoff. There's some talk about the preservation of bowls, and those have been such a big part of college athletics for such a long time, and it's part of our history. But I think the playoff, whether we stay at the current format or expand, I think that'll be the next great debate.
Your take on the penalty for horns down?
A
lot of people are upset about that.
Well, I think that the issues are, if it's taunting, right? What happened was, remember, one of our student athletes says, "What time is it?" And he says, 12:03. OU sucks. We got put in trouble for saying that it was a disparaging comment, even though that's the comment. But I think anytime that someone has to use the Longhorn signal down, speaks more about them and not us, right? It is the University of Texas, right? So when you have that horns up, I get it. When I was working at TCU, I was like, okay, it's horns down. Why is that? Why are we worried about what the University of Texas does, right? It is that. I do believe that with the two rivals of Oklahoma and Texas, I fully get it. But when someone else starts doing it, really has nothing germane to you. It's germane to these two schools, and it should be. But when you got West Virginia or this other guy, they're doing. I understand it, and I embrace it. What I don't embrace is that when someone just shoves it in your face and does that. I think that, especially when you're young kids coming off the field, that's their school. It's their pride, right? But at the end of the day, we're not disparaging any other school. We are the University of Texas. There's two beautiful colors. You know, when God closes his eyes at night and the sun is setting, what's the last color he sees? Burnt orange. When he wakes up in the morning, the sun is rising, what's the first color he sees? Burnt orange. So I get the animosity.
You like you don't have a problem with the Sooner fans that spend $4, $5 on the little Longhorn thing and then turn it upside down on their truck?
That's funny to me. You know what I mean? Horns down. I go, come on, baby. I'm making money off that, so have at it.
Will there be air conditioning in the locker room the rest of the
There's always been air conditioning in the locker room. We have the greatest visitors locker room in the country. And I ended up having to paper cut by sending out this report that showed minute by minute what the air conditioning was. And I got a call from the Louisiana Tech AD and the football coach saying, we never even spoke to those guys. But really what Ed was saying, we brought extra fans in because we knew it was going to be hot. Never said there was not air conditioning, it just blew way out of proportion. But, you know, in this world of fake news, right, it spread like wildfire, and we had to then come back and damper fake news by showing fact.
Is this a championship season for Tom Herman and the Texas Longhorns?
I don't know. There's so many things that go into a championship season. What I do know is that He's building the building blocks. You think about, we haven't had an offensive lineman drafted since 2008. So there's what I'm talking about, right? That we were all of a sudden, when Bob Stoops handed the reins over to Lincoln Riley, they just came off a CFP berth. The team was stacked. He handed over the reins when they were ready to rock and roll, and it's awesome. When Tom came over, we had just had a coach who'd been here 3 years. And a tumultuous last 2 or 3 years of Mac Brown, completely different. But I look at Mac Brown's recruiting classes of 2000, 2001, 2, and 3. You can see 2005 coming. I look at the building blocks that Tom has in the last 2 recruiting classes and this current recruiting class. You can see that we're getting unbelievable players to come once again back to the University of Texas. And more importantly, he has a team of selfless people. They care more about the Texas than they do themselves. And when that culture permeates each and every one of the people in the building, good things will happen.